from the other side of the camera, guys. It's Donna, and I am back here with another video, even though I know it has been 5 ever. Sorry for being gone for so long, but I have had lack of motivation, and it is also summer, so I've been kind of busy. But otherwise, hello! If you can't tell by the title of this video, today is a Ryland / R5 concert meet and greet experience. I don't really have much else to say, so I'm just going to jump right into the video. So that day, it was July 4th. It was a Tuesday morning, and today actually is exactly 1 week from when I met Ryland. I woke up around 8 o'clock because we had to leave around 9:30, and I wanted to watch R5 on GMA that morning. So as soon as I woke up, I ran downstairs and watched them on GMA really quickly. They sang their new song, If. Ross dropped the microphone. It was really funny. I guess that's about it to report about that. Otherwise,
with their hit song, If.
Yo! Good morning, America! Happy 4th of July. All my days run together, 'cause cherries are dope. Forever, like the Rolling Stones.
Then I went and got ready for the morning. I obviously got dressed and brushed my teeth and did my hair and makeup, and then we pretty much left right after. I suck at story times, I'm so sorry. So after we left, my mom had to stop really quickly at her friend's house to drop something off at her doorstep, and then we just went right straight into Baltimore. There was no traffic, which was perfect because it was a Tuesday morning. Nobody really wants to be in Baltimore on a Tuesday morning. When we headed into Baltimore, we parked by Rams Head Live, which is actually where I saw my very first R5 concert in 2014, which brought back so many memories, and I almost started crying. But right after we parked, we headed to Hard Rock Cafe, where I was going to meet my friend Maria and her 2 friends, Anna and Rachel. And then we ate before we headed to the venue. So when we got to the venue, we had to wait around for about 4 hours before R5 actually got there because they were late. They were in New York that morning, obviously, because they were at GMA. I guess they thought they could get from New York to Baltimore in under 2 hours because the concert was supposed to start at 4 and their meet and greet was supposed to be around 2:30, and it was already 11 o'clock and they hadn't left. So we thought they were there because we saw their van, because they had taken a van into the city and we thought we saw it, but they were not there, and they didn't get there until around 2:33-ish, which was kind of disappointing because they had fans waiting outside for 4 or 5 hours before they actually got there. So as soon as they got there, we were rushed and annoying. Mark, their dad, and Andre, one of their managers, came out and they said, alright, meet and greet, line up, because they were trying to rush everybody so that they could get the concert started on time. And everybody, thinking their meet and greet, just crowded by the door, which was so annoying because there was 3 different meet and greets. They didn't call a specific one. They had the VIP meet and greet, the regular R5 meet and greet, and Ryland meet and greet, which I had. So then they called VIP and they had to squeeze their way through, and it was just so hectic. And then they tried to get everybody to get into a straight line, which we were already really tightly packed. There was a lot of people. How the heck are we supposed to get in a straight line after being packed in like this? They expected us to do that somehow. So then we were literally standing in line all squished together, and it was really, really super annoying. And Mark came around and he gave everybody meet and greet wristbands, and then if you were Ryland meet and greet, again, they hadn't said anything about that. They said, oh, if you're Ryland meet and greet, go stand over there for another 45 minutes to an hour. And we're like, we've been waiting here for 4 hours and you want us to wait another hour when the Ryland meet and greet doesn't even, there's less people for it. Why are you getting a lot of people to go in before 5 or 6 people can go in? So it didn't make any sense, but we couldn't argue. So once all the R5 meet and greet people went in, the general admission people were lined up out the door thinking that the concert was supposed to start in 5 minutes, but obviously that wasn't happening. So then Ryland meet and greet was finally let in. We had to check in with our names, make sure that we were supposed to be there, and then we went backstage to meet Ryland. As soon as we got in there, Ryland was like, alright, we have to do this really quickly. I need to sign these posters for you and give you wristbands, which he called them wristbands, but they were actually just these bracelets. So he signed each of us a poster with our name on it and gave it to us, and it was just super, super quick, which is really, really super annoying that I paid $75 for this and I'm supposed to get a little bit longer with him. Keep in mind the old meet and greet, I got pizza and hung out with him, like, anyway. The question that you're all probably wondering, did he remember you? He sort of remembered me. I have a picture of us on the back of my phone case and I asked him to sign it, and he didn't remember me until he saw the picture and he was like, oh, was this last year? I was like, yeah. So he remembered me at that moment, but not a lot, if that makes any sense. So Maria and I had a combined gift to give him. We got him stuff for his dog Vader, if you know who that is. So we gave him that. He loved the gifts that we gave him, and we were even featured on his Snapchat story, which was like amazing. So we gave him the gifts, he loved them, and he said Vader's color was blue because Maria got him a blue jersey for the dog, which doesn't make any sense because it's a dog. Why does he have a color? But whatever. Anyway, so he loved that stuff, which I already mentioned 3 times, and then we did pictures. Maria and I wanted pictures together, and then we wanted separate pictures, so we just got to the back of the line because we assumed that we would be taking the longest. I had my mom take the pictures, and we didn't even have enough time for Maria to pull out her own phone to take pictures, so all the pictures are on my phone that I had to send to her, which was ridiculous that we didn't even have enough time for that. So we just took a bunch of pictures. I didn't really get to do the pose that I wanted because, again, we were crunch time, and Andre, his manager, is like super like, let's go. So as soon as we got our pictures, we were just rushed out of there. He was like, all right, leave. Ryland didn't say that, Andre did. Yeah, Andre was just like, all right, leave, go. So we went out and we tried to get barricade for the concert. Maria, Anna, and Rachel all got barricade, but I was kind of like pushed to the back. I made my way again to the front. I was like 1 row from the barricade, where there was a super annoying mom with her like 6 or 7-year-old daughter who was sitting on the ground in front of the barricade. Like, your daughter should not be barricaded if she's gonna sit on the ground. But not my kid, but it was my concert and I was super annoyed by it. And this mom had her phone like right in my face. Anyway, so when the concert started, Haley Knox came out. She sang a few songs. She's the opening act. And then Alexander Jean came out. And then R5 came out. I forgot to mention that while I was backstage, I got a high five and a hug from Mark Ballas. If you don't know him, he's on Dancing with the Stars, and he was in the opening act, Alexander Jean. And R5 came through backstage to get to their dressing room, and I got a high five from all of them. And Rocky like held my hand. He was like, "How are you?" And I just started crying, like tears like just like coming out of my eyes. I was like, "You said hi to me," because I've never met R5 before. I'm definitely doing that next time though. And I kind of did like the same thing when Ross touched my hand, just because I've been like a fan of him for ever. I started crying when that happened, and when the actual concert started, it was like amazing. Everybody just all of a sudden was being loud when they were quiet for the opening acts, obviously, because we didn't know any of the opening acts songs. So everybody just started yelling and was excited and singing along to every single song. It was just amazing. So about midway through the concert, Ross moved to the other end of the venue to sing a couple acoustic songs. And while he was singing the song called Repeating Days, if you don't know what that song is, just look it up because it's amazing. Fans were trying to yell at him like, "This is our favorite part of the song, this is our favorite part of the song." He couldn't hear them. He was like, "All I heard was favorite something." And this mom, like from the back, she was like, "Ross, get over here now," just yelling at Ross. And Ross was like, "I'm just trying to sing, you know." He was like, "Just give me 2 minutes to finish these songs." Apparently her daughter was in a wheelchair, and she really wanted her daughter to meet Ross. And I get it, you want your daughter to meet Ross, she's in a wheelchair, whatever, but one, she had already done the meet and greet, she had already met him, and two, she doesn't need to stop the entire concert, she could just wait until after. So everybody was just kind of mad at that. Everybody kind of at the same time was like, "Are you crazy?" So she was super annoying, but the concert continued and we all sang along to the songs, and then the concert started again at the other end of the stage when the other band members were continuing. I don't even know if the story makes sense, so I'm just jumbling together all my thoughts. When Red Velvet came on, if you know that song, there's like a rap in the middle that the band New Beat Fund sings, and everybody in the stands just started singing that rap. So everybody in the band just stopped singing and listened to us, and it was just the most amazing part because everybody was in unison. It was just like, I can't even explain that to you. It was just an amazing feeling having everybody singing together. The concert ended pretty much after that. They did their encore, "Did You Have Your Fun?" and then they left, and we waited around after the concert to see if they would come back out, and they didn't. But we saw Ryland and their cousin Gus, and when we left the venue, we just waited outside to see if, because their tour bus was parked right outside, we wanted to see if they would be waiting there. But apparently they were going to go see fireworks. Obviously it was the 4th of July. That bus wasn't going to leave until 2 in the morning, and we saw them get in their Uber and drive away, which they waved to us, so they kind of acknowledged that we were there, so it was kind of cool. That's about where the night ended. Ryland and Gus started loading up the van and getting ready to go, and my mom and I got in our car and drove away to go home. So although this like seems like it was super rushed and not fun at all, it was actually super fun. It was an amazing night. Regardless of my time with Ryland, I was so glad that I got to meet him again, and I will definitely do it in the future, because honestly it's better than the R5 meet and greet where you get like, what, 15 seconds with them and you have to leave. So that's basically it. If you liked this video, remember to give it a thumbs up. If you're new to my channel, please click that subscribe button down below and leave a comment for me of what video I should do next, and that's about it. Oh, and I'd like to do a Q&A. If you want to leave questions down below, they can be R5 related or not. I don't care either way. So just leave that down below and like this video, and I will see you in my next one. Bye!